Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today, my name is Easy Lion, and I am going to be interviewing my coworker, Aaron, today. Adam, say hello.
Hello.
Alright, so Adam, how do you like working here at this magical place?
Well, like every other job, it has its ups and downs, but I can't really complain. I mean, it's not too hard. I'm just stressed out amongst other things.
Aren't we all stressed out? We got bills to pay, we gotta pay our gas, we gotta pay our cars. I swear, I feel like this world is just rigged around money. It's like you can never win. It's like Monopoly. Does anybody ever win Monopoly?
No. I don't think so. In the end, you're the last one standing and you have all this money, but then what?
Yeah, true that. We can't be as rich as Donald Trump, owning universities and shit like that. Wish it would, that'd be cool, but no, we can't.
You have to think about all the sacrifice that one has to put up.
True. I've been trying to figure out if that motto, you gotta spend money to make money, is actually true, or if that'll actually make you go broke, depending on what you're trying to sell.
Usually the higher the risk, the higher reward, but it's depending on your own nerves and your own morality.
That's very well true. Have you ever heard of a game called Ghetto Monopoly? Don't ever play that. Nobody ever wins that. I had a card that told me that I was beat up by the LAPD, and since I had less education than a high school diploma, well, my lawyers ripped me off and only got $5.50 back after a $2 million lawsuit win. So that kind of screwed me there. Then my friend had one where his friend got smoked, apparently, and apparently I got mad and burned down all my property, so I had to start back at zero. So yeah, that game really rips you off. If you win, it's like nobody ever wins this shit, you know? What are some games that have really pissed you off, Adam?
Games, huh?
Yeah.
Risk, I would have to say, is a pretty dumb game that pisses me off.
Risk?
Sometimes it just seems stupid that the determination of a defending player manages to overcome the offensive player. They can only have maybe 2 soldiers on one country and you're attacking them from all sides.
True.
But your odds usually seem to be in their favor and not yours, and you get utterly fucked. Next thing you know, this great empire you expanded out crumbles beneath your hands under those who pretty much undermined you.
Right. And how do you feel at times when there's a really old game that people like to play, but then they keep bringing out these new editions and then changing it up?
It's interesting or not, but the core concept stays the same. It pretty much comes down to luck, because nobody knows that quantity or quality will ever be the superior over the other.
Right.
It's really hard to say.
True that. And, do you know a specific toy that used to be hotcakes, but now is completely banned?
I was never around for it, but they had, the lawn darts.
Oh, I remember those. Things are dangerous.
Throwing them up in the air and then watch them come down and hope to God you don't get speared.
Yep. Another one is called, the Easy Bake Oven. Fun, great idea to bake your own treats, but when you bring it around little kids, and let's see, heat, an oven, little kids, treats, that sounds like it's a spell for disaster right there, doesn't it?
The kid is retarded. Pardon my language, but
no.
There's usually instructions to be given out with those devices, and it's also up to the parents to take care of them and show them, because that's pretty much all it is the older leading the younger, but it's all by example and through experience, and if the kid has a bad experience, who knows how long that will follow them.
Yep. Now, this is interesting, you know how some dolls could eat and all that? Well, the first prototype happened to be the most dangerous toy doll ever made. I forget the name of this doll, but what happened was this doll would eat and eat and eat, and basically there's no off switch on it. So if a girl accidentally put her finger inside of it, it'd basically goodbye finger. And this one lady, or this one girl, I forget her age, or I just don't want to say her age, is because what happened with her is the dog accidentally started eating her hair, and since it wouldn't stop, it just kept eating and eating and eating till it scalped her. Any ideas on that?
It's just safety at that matter. I mean, they just didn't probably test it out enough. I mean, just got to be careful with moving parts of the sort. I mean, we had a girl in shop class get her hair caught in a circular saw, and it ripped her hair out.
Dang.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, she was able to grow it back, but the skin, man, was grotesque. Not something I want to relive.
Yeah. And like, apparently the Japanese, which are crazy fuckers, like to change old toys. For example, does anybody or you remember the alligator game where you push down the teeth and it snaps if you hit the wrong tooth?
I've seen it before. And I've seen people that were dumb enough to put razor blades on
Yes,
their
that's
teeth.
exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's just people trying to make the game more risk-taking because it's not that fun if you can't lose something out of it.
True that. And also, sometimes I wonder if toy companies are really running out of ideas because I found out that some toys seem really, really, really gross. For example, there's one game that was out and just kept hopping on every commercial for a while called Doggies Do. That game was... Who would want to play a game where you pick up the most dog poop you can possibly get?
Well, either they're running out of ideas or they're just catering to pretty much how stupid people are, thinking it's just a cute novelty toy of the kids picking up dog shit.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of things. There's like a chicken that you stick your hand in and see what items you can pull out of its stomach. I think that was like Choco Chicken or something like that, or Chicken Choker or something.
True.
Something stupid. It's just like they're trying to dumb down the board games because some of the kids are like pretty dumbing down themselves. But
Yeah.
you give a 3-year-old a smartphone and they know how to use it better than you do.
True that. Because my little cousin, I don't know what the heck he did, but he ended up wiping out my whole phone once. I was like so mad. And then, the thing that makes me happy is, say a game came out that you grew up with, and they're releasing it again, and then the look is like, hey, check out this new game I got. For example, Ellie Funny Elephant, the game where it's like an inflatable tube with air that shoots out, and you get your little butterfly net, try to catch all the butterflies around it. Or when kids get all excited to play Hungry Hungry Hippos when that game's been around forever, and kids think it's brand new. I like the way how they market old games and make them seem like new, even though they aren't.
They're probably just trying to relive the generations, and it gets the parents more involved if it's a board game that they've played before, and
True.
the kids can then be more relatable when the parent is excited, because that's all it is it's catching the product through excitement.
Right. Like, my favorite game when I was younger was Sorry. But now they keep changing things up and making different versions. I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, so what is this new Sorry? What is this Fire and Ice Sorry? You can now freeze people, I'm guessing? I'm like, okay, this is getting way too complicated. Why you guys gotta change things up? I know you do something different with the game, but I think sometimes games should just stay its original way. Any takes?
Sometimes the original way can be fun, but like some people get bored if like they feel like it's one-sided. I guess like if you change up the rules a little bit, like they had the Uno and Uno Flash and all that other special types. I mean, you can only play the same game for so long before people get bored or people start coming up with their own versions of the game.
True.
I mean, nobody's ever really played the true rules before of any board game. I don't know how many times I played a board game and people were like, well, I played it like this in my house.
Yeah. But you know what game really has different ways to play it, and sometimes it gets annoying because you like to play it one way, but then you realize that your way doesn't work that way anymore, is Yu-Gi-Oh! I swear, I feel like every freaking time they change that on me. Like, now I guess you have more life points. Someone told me you have more life points. Somebody told me you have less life points. I don't even know what the hell's going on with it anymore.
The game has evolved in whoever spends the most money, and I only know that because I have a whole bunch of friends who play it and they go competitive, but if you don't spend more than $800, you're good luck trying to get into any tournaments because you're just pretty much going to get shit on. I mean, we're talking about like people are making decks that it's pretty much a game to where if they get the right cards on their first turn, you're pretty much just going to be sitting there the whole time doing absolutely nothing, and they're just going to pretty much fuck you over. Sometimes they even kill you in the first turn, and
True.
they just say good game, and all you can do is just stare at them like this is just the most busted piece of shit I've ever seen. But the company doesn't care because people still buy the game and buy the cards. So
I remember I had this little character when I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! With this guy, and this guy was real sneaky on me because he didn't tell me that this one particular monster was actually hurting me the whole time. For example, it's like a little fuzzy monster, and I guess like every turn he drains like 700 life points or something like that. And that was just BS. But anyways, Adam, it was great talking to you. Thank you for joining my podcast for today, and have a very nice day.
You too.
All right, guys, have a nice one. Say goodbye to the lovely fans.
See ya.
Bye.